Okay, I'm back. This is crazy. Let's see, I'm going to invite Dr. Dunne to join me. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Dr. Dunne is going to join me because we are actually going to do this live. This is
It's
crazy.
going to be the first Insta Live menopause, virtual menopause
This
appointment.
is it's so funny that I almost texted you to say we should do this live, and I was like, no, she probably don't want to do that. Is that weird? Like, oh my God.
Okay. But before we start,
Yes.
you are the patient. You agree that I can
Yes.
say we talk about your medical. This is
Yep.
all HIPAA compliant. I can ask you anything and everything.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Just say no comment if you
Yeah.
don't. But like it's got to
Yeah.
be compliant. You are the patient and you want to do this.
Yes. Let's do it. I think this is really
Okay.
important. So
Okay.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
freaking do it, lady. All
Okay.
right.
Don't sue me.
I won't. Just
Okay.
free medical appointments for the rest of my life.
All right. So, welcome to the virtual menopause clinic.
Hi.
I can't say what clinic we're part of, but welcome. So, okay. So, I usually like to start off with you just telling me your symptoms, your story, what's worked for you,
Yeah.
what's not. Sit here and we we listen. I'm a good listener.
Okay.
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 All right.
Okay. Okay. So I'm 55 years old and I have been on hormone replacement therapy, estrogen and testosterone. I have an IUD, Marina, so I get my progesterone that way. I do not take, I have found that I think I am progesterone sensitive, maybe. I think that it
Okay.
interrupts my sleep. So you and I've talked about that, but we can talk about that a
Yeah.
little bit more. So I have been on for 2.5 years. Recently, it shown through my labs. Was showing that. So I started having terrible rage again several months ago. And so my previous NP decided to do labs and it showed that my estradiol, my estrogen was down to 25, which is where it was over over 2 years ago.
Okay.
So we decided to do the patch and I'm on zero point 0.1 for the estrogen patch. And right away, within like a week or two, my rage stopped, which was good. And my newest symptom, I was talking to Angie about this earlier, um, was that my arthritis in my hands started getting better. It's still
Oh,
not great, but it all started making sense, Dr. Dunn, that when my
good.
estrogen was low, that I could barely like move my hands. I was in so
Okay.
much pain. But once I got on the patch, the higher dose, then that helped. So I have no history of blood clots. I have no history of endometriosis. My mom, as you know, just died of Alzheimer's. So I'm hell bent on
Yes.
making sure that my brain is healthy. We know my bones are healthy. I'm very
Yeah.
excited about my DEXA scan, looked
Yeah.
really good.
That was great.
Um, yeah, so my bones and my brain, my heart, but my brain is obviously what I'm really concerned about for my
Right.
future. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So I don't, sometimes I wonder if my estrogen could be higher just because of inflammation. I actually asked my new GP about GLP-1s just out of curiosity for my brain and for my arthritis. And she was the one who said, we can probably take care, or she just said we can get your estrogen increased. But I was like, well, I'm having this appointment, so I'll talk to you about
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe that's something that I think I would be a great case study. And that
Yeah.
I wish someone would study me for dementia and Alzheimer's, because, like I said, I would be like that perfect case since my mom was just as healthy as I seem
Right.
to be now, except for the Alzheimer's, which came on when she was
Yeah.
like 70. So
Yeah.
sexual health, I went on testosterone. I demanded it right
Mhm.
away because I was having issues in that area. And that's hard for women to talk about.
Yes.
I was told that it may or may not help with that. Um, and that I might need marital counseling if it didn't. So that was interesting. That was, yeah. And I like my MP, but that was,
What?
I mean,
I mean, okay, but like, okay, I'm talk on sexual health, but
yeah,
there are studies that, I mean, it depends on your relationship with your partner, right? If he
yeah,
is a partner that you feel like you have to mother, or he is a partner that honestly is not a pleaser, like there's a lot
yeah,
of things that go into good sex,
yeah,
not just libido,
yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think I feel like I've always been someone, I haven't been like the horniest person alive, to be honest. I haven't been, I don't know. And there's lots more discussion. I think that I've probably had issues with my estrogen and my hormones my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, 100%, there has to be a correlation, PMDD something. I
Yeah.
started Prozac when I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
I always had really bad periods. And then I had terrible postpartum depression. I was
Oh,
suicidal. I attempted suicide. There were a lot of things that went into it. So
yeah.
I am definitely that case that I feel like I should be looked at because my history. And then, as you know, I started drinking heavily when I
Mm-hmm.
started having anxiety attacks and even worse depression in my mid 40s, and
Mm-hmm.
turned to drinking to quiet the noise. And yeah, been sober 7 years. So I do believe that a lot of cutting out alcohol, regardless of whether or not you have a problem with alcohol, I do
Mm-hmm.
believe that cutting out alcohol really does help with your mental health. And obviously, we know with cancers and things like that. But
Yeah.
um, so I was doing the compounded testosterone, but that was, and I think I got up to like 3%, but it
Mm-hmm.
was like $70 every 40 days. And then I saw you and I saw a bunch of other doctors using the men's gel. And so
Yeah.
you were kind enough to jump on and talk to me about it. And we're like, don't get the little packets, make sure you get the
Yeah.
tubes.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, my big question now is if I wasn't absorbing the estrogen gel, maybe I'm not absorbing the testosterone gel very well.
Mhm.
I, I, I don't know. I started dosing myself with a little bit more just to kind of see. I just want to say this too, because I think this is important for anybody listening to my
Yeah.
appointment. Um, Someone came on earlier when I was talking to Angie and they asked about testosterone. We're obviously not doctors, but my lived experience is that when I started the testosterone, I had two frozen shoulders and it went
Mm-hmm.
away and it went
Oh,
away.
wow. Yeah.
I could not get, I was having such pain in the morning and everyone kept saying, you're exercising too much. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. When I started the testosterone, not within 6 months, I have, I can wake up sore from my workouts, but I am never in pain.
Awesome.
So I really truly believe that testosterone is like the key, not just for libido, but
Right. Right.
for that as well. So
Oh, okay. That's
that's kind of
awesome.
my history. Yeah.
But you got some blood work done recently,
Yes.
correct?
So I got some blood work done, and that's what I don't understand. So the patch is really interesting. So I tested with my first round of testing with the patch at the second day on the patch. So 48 hours, I think, after I had put it on, and my estrogen level was at 88. And then this past time, I tested on day 3 of the patch. So
Mm-hmm.
72 hours, and it was at 66.
Okay.
My testosterone, interesting, going from the compound to, and lots of different factors, I know, as you told me, but
Right.
the highest I ever got on my compound was 58, and I was on 40. The last time I tested, I was 44 with the gel. And then
Mm-hmm.
this last time, my GP wanted to only test the free testosterone, and that test looked weird. That 400 number, I'm like, what is this? I don't, this
Yeah.
isn't real. Like, I don't know what the hell
You
that is.
need to do it. And so I always like to see and it's just my clinic. So like sometimes it's, I like to see what testosterone level is and your sex hormone binding globulin, because
Got it.
your testosterone level was high, but your free was not high.
It
So
was
I'm
not
thinking your SHBG is probably elevated.
the
So it's
sex.
binding, yeah, your sex
Okay.
hormone binding globulin is kind of like the transport protein. And so if you
Okay.
got a lot of it, then it kind of sucks up the testosterone. So you don't have a lot of circulating testosterone.